Hello and welcome to yet another very interesting edition of Sunday Special on Nta Calabar. Tonight's edition is packed with stories carefully packaged just for your delight. Our edition tonight will be featuring interesting stories on conservation of the environment as the global community marks Wildlife Day today. Activities from government will also add pep to tonight's edition of Sunday Special, and there is this must-watch story of how a son killed his own mother. We are going to be bringing to you all these exciting stories, so do stay tuned and enjoy every bit of our package. I am Maureen Leo Ajom. I will be right back after this time out. And to begin some of the hot news of the moment. We begin by telling you that the Cross River State House of Assembly has granted the state government approval for acceptance of the offer of a credit facility of 10.2 billion naira for maintenance and rehabilitation of roads in Cross River State. Oduak Etam reports that the approval was made after due consideration of a correspondence sent to the House by the state governor requesting for the loan.
As the Cross River State government continues to execute laudable projects, paucity of funds is part of challenges frustrating the completion and project implementation plans. As such, Governor Basio too has decided to seek legislative backing to enable the state obtain a loan to address the decay in public infrastructure, including roads. It will be recalled that the Cross River State House of Assembly, during sitting on the 21st February 2024, received a request from the state governor to access loan. The letter signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Anthony Waneno, was read by the Deputy Clerk of the House, Catherine Ubi.
The Honorable Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly, Calabar, request for legislative backing for borrowings. I convey to Mr. Speaker and the entire legislature the warm regards and best wishes of His Excellency the Governor. Following the pursuit of capital projects to ameliorate the decay in public infrastructure, the Executive awarded several contracts to build and rehabilitate roads in the state.
After adoption of the correspondence as a document of the House, the request was committed to the Finance and Appropriation Committee for detailed consideration.
The greatest thing that even happened to us in the choice of the street that are selected and constructed in Calabar is that our governor has proven that he's people's first governor, because the streets that have been captured are streets that have been abandoned for over 10 or 20 years.
I can remember vividly, even when we came initially when inaugurated back to the assembly, we know how assisting and struggling to do that road. Moving people every day to make sure that is what's possible. And today, the government has also implemented this road. And we can move through Spring Road with ease.
The present government is doing very well, and I think that we should encourage them. The governor of Cross River State has started with the urban area. My own appeal is that it is good to develop the urban area first.
The chairman of the committee, Cyril Omini, recently reported back to the House, noting that the committee met with relevant stakeholders while highlighting committee's observation.
Mr. Speaker, after a careful and thorough consideration of the terms and conditions of this transaction and the enormous benefits the transaction holds for the rehabilitation and maintenance of our road, which have been in a very deplorable state, the committee recommends as follows. Conclusion, Mr. Speaker. Permit me to thank members of this committee and the entire House for the prompt attention given to this request. For the moment, it was laid before the House and through the committee's hearing process. The committee also wishes to commend First Bank Nigeria PLC for the good
The loan is expected to aid completion of the road rehabilitation that has already commenced.
The total look that Calabar is wearing today is something very commendable. Something very, very commendable. And I'm strongly believing that for this state government to come to ask for a loan, they would have hit the last cover in their profile before coming to ask for this loan. Whereas they had a little more, I know and I'm strongly believing that they would have pushed even further again. What the government of the state is doing, if every other governor in this country called Nigeria would do what the governor of Cross River State is doing, Nigeria will be a better place.
Part of the resolutions reached by the Cross River State House of Assembly is that upon completion of the said facility, updates on the road rehabilitation be laid before the State House of Assembly for information and necessary action, while relevant committee of the House will monitor implementation of this resolution and report back to the House accordingly. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
And the need for effective cooperation among security personnel and relevant maritime stakeholders were re-emphasized at the Naval War College Nigeria Course 8 Interagency Seminar held in Calabar. Stakeholders believe this will enhance collection of intelligence and information sharing towards sustaining the efforts of the Nigerian Navy to curb criminal activities in the nation's waterways and Gulf of Guinea. Uduak Etam again tells us more.
Addressing maritime security threats such as crude oil theft, piracy and other criminal activities requires shared responsibility and cooperation of relevant stakeholders. It is in recognition of this that the Naval War College Nigeria Course 8 Interagency Seminar was held in Calabar to promote cross-breeding of ideas and for more robust inputs as a guide during joint military operations. Guest speaker, Director State Security Service, Cross River State Command, Roslyn Izuagbe, who spoke in line with the theme of the seminar, Combating Maritime Crimes through Effective Interagency Cooperation and Collaboration, called for robust synergy among security personnel and stakeholders to fight maritime crimes.
The need for improvement in early warning mechanisms is imperative. We must take a look at the signs when the problem is rearing their heads and tackle it that time together. Training and better synergy with host communities, among others, are a veritable way to go in tackling crimes in the maritime spheres, leveraging cooperation and collaboration.
For the Commandant Naval War College Nigeria, bringing members of the coastal communities to be part of the efforts to tackle maritime threats will equally enhance the needed cooperation and collaboration.
When you cooperate and collaborate, you are saving costs, you are building confidence, within all the agencies, so you are creating trust within yourselves, and then you are trying to eliminate that competitive attitude, so that at the end of the day, together you achieve positive results.
And the college has ever since been a center for advocacy. It has been a center for advocacy in promoting interagency and cooperation amongst maritime stakeholders. Indeed, the maritime environment is a strategic environment. It's an environment, we have a lot of players, we have a lot of actors there, and it's important that the stakeholders actually work together.
There was a panel of discussion for participants to derive the maximum benefits of the seminar. In ensuring that the objectives of the course is realized, participants and maritime stakeholders embarked on a sea trip to develop the professional ability of command-level officers and for effective defense of Nigeria's maritime domain against all forms of threats. Participants of Naval War College Course 8 were taken on a sea trip to have practical knowledge of their training.
It was a good collaboration and cooperation between the relevant maritime stakeholders that something like this should be encouraged every time. And we are hopeful that we should make it a regular event so that both emergency response rescue operations shall be encouraged on the maritime domain. And that is why we are here, to give them the support. As we know, and to also beg them for assistance whenever we need them.
Simulation exercise was held to showcase participants' professional ability to tackle cases, as they also demonstrated after the sea trip, while briefing journalists on arrest of suspects of crude oil theft and smuggling, portraying effective command, managerial and leadership roles, as well as inter-agency cooperation. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
And poised to preserve the biodiversity, restore habitats, and protect the ecosystem for ecotourism and mitigation of climate change. The Conservator National Park Service, Cross River State, Caroline Olori, says the service is ready to safeguard the forest towards preservation of the 25 biodiversity hotspots in the world. Oba Hyacinth tells us more.
Cross River National Park, which is said to be among the 25 biodiversity hotspots in the world, has received some essential equipment to enhance its operations from Wildlife Conservation Society. Receiving the items, the Conservator National Park Service, Cross River State, Caroline Olori, commends the donor for their thoughtfulness and promise to make good use of the equipment, called for support and partnership.
This kind of positive partnership coming from the Wildlife Conservation Society. We have had this partnership, like you heard the Deputy Country Director mention several years back, and it has been, how do we improve management of this unique tropical rainforest, of this Cross River National Park? And so what can we do? It has been assisting in training of rangers and retraining. They've been assisting in field equipment, patrol equipment, and today we are seeing 30 motorcycles.
Deputy Country Director, Wildlife Conservation Society, says the park, being the remaining tropical rainforest, poured the body to support them by strengthening the protection of its biodiversity, which is crucial for habitat, some of which, he says, have gone extinct in other forests.
Cross River National Park contains the largest tract of the remaining tropical rainforest in Nigeria, and is habitat to a number of critically endangered wildlife species, including the Cross River gorilla, Nigeria Cameroon chimpanzee, forest elephants, pangolins, and many others. So it is very important that the management and protection of this park is strengthened. That is why WCS is providing this support to the Cross River National Park.
Materials presented include 30 motorbikes, 4 laptops, and 4 printers to fast-track its service delivery. In Calabar, Oba Hyacinth, NTA News.
And the Hoteliers Association Cross River State held her annual Thanksgiving and rededication service in Calabar. Correspondent Baroni Achibon reports that investors and practitioners in the hospitality industry impacted at the solemn assembly promise effective participation towards nation building through tourism.
Hoteliers Association Cross River is seeking robust synergy with practitioners and investors in the hospitality industry to boost investment, enhance economy, and ensure friendly working environment. This came to play during the annual Thanksgiving and rededication service in Calabar. The guest minister at the solemn assembly charges members to be humble and committed, as the greatest enemy to man is pride.
Humble enough, a young manager, you know too much, don't hide your giftings. Hand it over to your boss. Let your boss get the glory. Later, he will call you and say, for helping me, I will help you.
Managing Director, Tourism Bureau, Ekpenyongochoy, and others emphasized the need to be just, peaceful, and courageous, awaiting God's will to uncover and restore the industry.
Like I've always said, the government led by His Excellency Senator Prince Basutu is strongly with you. We'll support your business, we'll protect your business, we'll take this business to the next level.
Employed to get the people happy, to get the people to
have what to do. And that's the hospitality and tourism industry across the state. And they recognize that. I think the first things that this organization did was to rejig, or try to rejig the ailing industry. And I stand tall here today, and I speak without any fear of equivocation, that we're going to move forward from here.
The session had other contributions.
Cross River State certainly will earn the acronym of tourism, beginning even with the Tourism Bureau. They have been operating at loggerheads and doubts of each other. But of recent, I can see a synergy that is so reassuring that certainly Cross River State is born again. And you will fly, the hoteliers will fly, the Hotel Association will make a mark.
Government agencies including NTA, tourism icons, security agencies, media outfits, and others graced the occasion, while prayers and music rendition also featured at the event. In Calabar, Benny Achibong, NTA News.
And that's about our package for Sunday Special tonight. Thank you so very much for being a part of our outing, and do have a good night.